Good morning, class. My name is Mr. Mtonorisi. I will take you through the module outline for this February 2024 semester on human resource management. Mm. Human resource management is an interesting subject, very interesting and very practical. So the module outline uh, has got several topics, chapters to talk about. So before I go deep, I will start by yeah, telling you the aims of the course. The main aim of the module is to help students learn to apply fundamental ideas of human resources management to real life problems of business, valuation, and financial decisions with all the complexities the real world entails. This course is designed to further students' understand of human resource planning analytical tools at higher levels. Uh, then we have the following objectives, uh, which we expect for you to have comprehend after the completion of the module. The first objective is to appreciate the concept of human resource management and its importance in corporate success. Second objective, to distinguish leadership style and motivational models. Judge whether success of an organization depends on effective human resource management. Describe the various theories of human capital development. Explain forms of collective bargaining and remuneration. Evaluate the success of human resource policies. Then after that, there's assessment. Normally, your coursework will be around 30%, will constitute 30% of your final mark. It is equally important as the final mark. Contribution of it is equally important. You have to attend majority of the lectures, almost all if possible. Then normally you have to answer at least two assignments, paying attention to deadline. Academics is all about managing the administrative issues and the academic ones. The administrative issues is abiding to the dates, being compliant to what the lecture demands, and the academic is passing and is writing correct things and passing the module. Yes. Then the first topic is introduction to human resource management. We will define the definitions, the functions of human resource management. Then the second topic is human resource planning. After that, we'll do human resource recruitment, followed by performance management system, remuneration of employees, health, safety and welfare, industrial relations, collective bargaining, training and development. At this juncture, we have complete the module. And if time permits, we can do class presentations to access if you understand the modules. But the course of doing this, we will actually see if you have comprehend the concept of the module. The theme here is to work hard like everything depends on you, and equally play hard like everything depends on God. So the main reason why a person fails is entirely laid upon an individual who fails to read, who fails to research, who fails to attend lectures. So, for one, for armed. Then I move on to the introduction of human resource management. Um, so under this unit, I have structured the unit. We first talk about the objectives, introduction, opening case, what is human resource management, nature of human resource management, scope of human resource management, objectives of human resource management, functions of human resource management, role of human resource management in the new millennium. Then in summary, then I will leave you so for assessment questions. So the objectives here is to understand the basic concept of human resource management. After this, you have to explain what human resource management is and how it relates to the management processes. Then provide an overview of functions of human resource management. So, without wasting much of your time, I first define what human beings are. Human beings are social beings and hardly ever live and work in isolation. We always plan, develop, and manage our relations, both consciously and unconsciously. The relations are the outcome of our actions and depend to a great extent upon our ability to manage our actions. From childhood, each and every individual acquire knowledge and experience on understanding others and how to behave in each and every situation in life. Later, we carry forward this learning and understanding in caring and managing relations in our workplace. Since the mid 1980s, human resource management has gained acceptance in both academic and commercial circle. Human resource management is a multidisciplinary organizational function that draws theories and ideas from various fields such as management, psychology, sociology, and economics. There is no best way to manage people, and to and no manager is formulated how people can be managed effectively. Because people are complex beings with complex needs, effective human resource management depends very much on the causes and conditions that an organization setting would provide. An organization has three basic components: people, purpose, and structure. In 1994, a noted leader in the human resource field made the following observation. Yesterday, the company with the access most to the capital or the latest technology had the best competitive advantage. To Now listen, today, companies that offer products with the highest quality are the ones with the leg up on the competition. But the only thing that will uphold the company's advantage tomorrow is the caliber of people in the organization. So, under human resource management, the most important resource are the labor force. The labor force is the center of any organization. You know that there are four factors of production, that is land, capital, entrepreneurship, and and labor. Mm. So there is interlinkages of this, but the labor aspect, it is the one that joins capital and work on the land. And you all know the rewards of this. The reward for labor is wages and salaries. Reward for land is rent. Reward for capital is interest. Reward for entrepreneurship is profit. So for an entrepreneur to maximize profit, they have to be well motivated in labor force, and that labor force will take on machines, equipment, and till the land or process any kind of task to reach the final use of the products. So there is no way you will not consider the human input. So under human resource management, the dominating factor is the human resource. And the human resource needs to be evaluated, to be trained now and now again, since the world is ever changing. Now, definition of human resource management. Human resource management is the study of activities regarding people working in an organization. It is a managerial function that tries to match an organization's needs to the skills and abilities of its employees. Human resource management is a management function concerned with hiring, motivating, and maintaining people in an organization. It focuses on people in an organization. Human resource management is designing management system to ensure that human talent is used effectively and efficiently to accompany organizational goals. Human resource management is the personal function which is contained with the procurement, development, compensation, integration, and maintenance of the personnel of an organization for the purpose of contributing towards the accomplishments of the organization's objectives. Therefore, personnel management is the planning, organizing, directing, controlling of the performance of those operative functions. This was by Edward Filippo. So you ought to understand what a manager is. Sometimes we forget to define what a manager is and his functions. A manager is a person who performs a plethora of management functions. These management functions include organizing, directing, coordinating, controlling, motivating, planning, commanding, among all other elements of, of, of running operative functions. This is a manager. Now we move on to the nature of human resource management. Human resource management is a management function that helps managers to recruit, select, train, and develop members from an organization. Human resource management is concerned with the people's dimension in organizations. The following constitute the core human resource management. Human resource management involves the application of management functions and principles. The functions and principles are applied to acquiring, developing, maintaining, and providing remuneration to employees in organization. Number two, decision relating to employees must be integrated. Decisions on different aspects of employees must be consistent with other human resource decisions. The decisions made influence the effectiveness of an organization. Effectiveness of an organization will result in betterment of services to customers in the form of high quality products supplied at reasonable cost. Human resource management functions are not confined to business establishments only, but applicable to non-business organizations such as education, health, care, and recreation. So, in short, human resource management refers to a set of programs, functions, and activities designed and carried out in order to maximize both employee as well as organizational effectiveness. Then we move on to the scope of human resource management. The scope of human resource management is indeed vast. All major activities in the working life of a worker, from the time of his or her entry into an organization until he or she leaves the organization, comes under the purview of human resource management. The major human resource management activities include human resource planning, job analysis, job design, employee hiring, employee and executive remuneration, employee motivation, employee maintenance, industrial relations, and the prospects of human resource management. The scope of human resource management extends to 1. All decisions, strategies, factors, principles, operations, practices, functions, activities, and methods related to the management of people as employees in any type of organization. Number 2, all the dimensions related to the people in their employment relationships and all the dynamics that follow from it. The scope of human resource management is real vast. the scope of management is really vast. All major activities in the working life of a worker, from the time of his or her entry into an organization until he or she leaves it, comes under the purview of human resource management. Then below are 9 broad areas of I'm going to explain the 9 broad areas of activities of human resource management. These are given below. The number one. Number one is human resource planning. Two is design of the organizational job. Three, selection and staffing, training and development, organizational development, compensation and benefits, employee assistance, union slash labor relations, personnel research and information system. So I will explain the first broad of activities of human resources, which is human resource planning. The objective of human resource planning is to ensure that organization is the right type of persons at the right time, at the right place. It prepares human resource inventory with a view to assess present, future needs available, and possibly shortages in human resource thereupon. Human resource planning focuses demand and supplies and identify sources of selection. Human resource planning develops strategies, both long term and short term, to meet the main power requirements. Number two, the design of the design of organizational and job. This is the task of laying down organization structure, authority, relationship, and responsibilities. This will also mean defining of work contents for each person in the organization. This is done by job description. Another step is job specification. Job specification identifies the attributes of persons who will be most suitable for each job, which is defined by job description. Then selecting and staffing. This is the process of recruiting and selecting of staff. This involves matching people and their expectations with which the job specification and career path available with the organization. Training and development. This involves an organized attempt to find out training needs of the individuals to meet the knowledge and skill which is needed not only to perform current job but also to fulfill the future needs of the organization. Uh, then another broad nature is organizational development. This is an important aspect whereby synergetic effect is generated in organization such that health interpersonal and intergroup relations with the organization prevail. Compensation and benefits. This is the area of wages and salaries administration where wages and compensation are fixed scientifically to meet fairness and equity criteria. In addition, labor welfare measures are involved, which include benefits and services. Then, employee assistance. Each employee is unique in a character, personality, expectations, and temperament. By and large, each of one of them faces problems every day. Some are personal, some are official. In their case, he or she remains worried. Such worries must be removed to make him or her more productive and happy. Then we have union labor relations. Health, industrial, and labor relations are very important for enhancing peace and productivity in an organization. This one, this is one of the areas of human resource management. Then the last one is personal research and information system. Knowledge on behavioral science and industrial psychology throws better insight into the workers' expectations, aspirations, and behavior. Advancement of technology of product and production methods have created working environment which are much different from the past. Globalization of economy has increased competition manifold. Science of ergonomics gives better ideas of doing a work more conveniently by an employee. That's continuous research in human resource areas is an unavoidable requirement. It must also take special care for improving exchange of information through effective communication systems on continuous basis, especially on morale and motivation. So, in other words, human resource management is a broad concept. Personnel management and human resource development are a part of human resource management. So I'm going to explain the objectives of human resource management. The primary objective of human resource management is to ensure the availability of competent and willing workforce to an organization. The specific objective include the following. One, human capital assisting the organization in obtaining the right number and types of employees to fulfill its strategic and operational goals. Number two, developing organizational climate, helping to create a climate in which employees are encouraged to develop and utilize their skills to the fullest and to employ the skills and abilities of the workforce efficiently. Number three, helping to maintain performance standards and increase productivity through effective job design, providing adequate orientation, training, and development, providing performance related feedback, and ensuring effective two-way communication. Number four, helping to establish and maintain harmonious employer-employee relationship, helping to create, maintain a safe and healthy work environment. Number seven, Number six, developing programs to meet the economic, psychological, and social needs of the employees and helping the organization to retain the productive employees. Ensuring that the organization is in a compliance with the provincial, territorial, and federal laws affecting the workplace, such as human rights, employment equity, occupational health and safety, employment standards, and labor relations legislation to help the organization to reach its goals. Number eight, to provide organization with a well-trained and well-motivated employees, to increase the employees' satisfaction and self-actualization, to develop and maintain the quality of work life, to communicate human resource policies to all employees, to help maintain ethical policies and behavior. The above stated human resource management objectives can be summarized under four specific objectives. That is social, organizational, and functional and personnel. Yeah. So from the there's a this saying we have noted that human resource management has got four key components, which are the societal, the organizational, functional, and personnel. So societal objectives seek to ensure that the organization becomes socially responsible to the needs and challenges of the society while minimizing the negative impact of such demands upon the organization. The failure of the organizations to use their resources for the society benefit in ethical way may lead to restrictions. So as an organization, as human resource management, you have to consider the ethical versus unethical practices and so as to minimize losses. For number two, the organizational objective, it recognizes the role of human resource management in bringing about organizational effectiveness. It takes sure that human resource management is not standalone department, but rather a means to assist the organization with its primary objectives. The human resource management, the human resource department exists to serve the rest of the organization. That's why you call the human resource the most important aspect of HRM. Then the functional objective. It is to maintain the department's contribution at a level appropriate to the organization's needs. Human resources are to be adjusted to suit the organization's demands. Eh, The department's value should not become too expensive at the cost of the organization it serves. Personnel objectives. It is to assist employees in achieving their personal goal, at least as far as these goals enhance the individual's contribution to the organization. Personal objectives of employees must be met if they are to be maintained, retained, and motivated. Otherwise, employee performance and satisfaction may decline, giving rise to employee turnover. And we are aware that high employee turnover is very disadvantageous to the organization, as there is much time and resources needed to train, to recruit new members to replace the outgoing. So, as human resource management, it's a must for you to protect such, to retain skill, to retain talent, and to upgrade the talent for you to remain competitive in the industry. Uh, then under the following, I'm going to under the next issue here, I'm going to give the nuggets of human resource management objectives against functions. So under societal objective, there is a legal compliance, benefits, union management relations. Under organizational objectives, there is human resource planning, employee relations, selection, training and development, appraisal, placement and assessment. Then functional objectives, there's appraisal, placement, assessment. Then fourth, personal objectives, training, development, appraisal, placement, compensation and assessment. Then I'm going to explain the human resource management functions. Human resource management has an important role to play in equipping organizations the the challenges of an expanding and increasingly competitive sector. Increase in staff numbers, commercial diversification, and changes in demographic profile, which compel the human resource managers to reconfigure the role and significance of human resource management. The functions are responsive to current staffing needs, but can be proactive in reshaping organizational objectives. All the functions of human resource management are correlated with the core objectives. For example, personal objective is sought to be realized through functions like remuneration, assessment, etc. Then I am going to explain the primary responsibilities of human resource management. Number one is to develop a thorough knowledge of corporate culture, plans, and policies. Number two, to act as an internal change agent and consultant. To initiate change and act as an expert uh, and facilitator. To actively involve in company's strategic formulation. To keep communication line open between human resource department function and individual groups, both with and outside the organization. So, by this, we have come to the end of the lecture. I've introduced human resource management. Now you know the roles. Now you know that the most important resource under human resource management is the labor force, which is the human resource. Then we've learned that individual differ in character, attitude. So individuals ought to be treated differently, thereby applying various leadership skills, which we shall teach you later on. Uh, then we've also learned that human resource management have got various roles, and their roles are anchored in management. Managers have got various roles such as motivating, directing, coordinating. Then, and also have noted that the skills of the labor force can be increased through further training, education, development, internal or externally. We have learned that appraisals, we teach you later on the benefits of assessment, appraisals, rewards of employees, their contribution to labor force, among others, etc. etc. Thank you for today's lecture. We'll meet again in 2 weeks' time to come. I, Courage Mtonor, am done.